10 exercises and dynamic stretches here to get you ready to rock your golf game. So we are opening up and warming up our hips, our feet, our upper body, and our core so that we can get a nice smooth rotation, have a great golf game, and feel good doing it. We are going to start by bringing our heart rate up. 10 exercises straight through, 45 seconds to 90 seconds. We line up those feet, toes pointed straight ahead, hip width apart, and that is our bony hips. We pump opposite arm, opposite leg. Lots of walking in golf, so be aware of your movement patterns, right? We want to try to walk in alignment as this is what's best for our body and support that body. Now, we want to have good posture. What does that mean? A gentle pull in on our belly button so we're supporting our spine. Roll the shoulders down and back, which starts with good head position, chin tucked, head back. 3 seconds, we're going to go to a high knee march. We bring those knees up towards those hips. And again, we're pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. We push through the floor. So we're beginning to warm up the ankles. No, you're not marching across the golf course. However, we want to bring that heart rate up, get the blood pumping so our muscles are nice and warm as we go into that warm up and those dynamic stretches so you can get more out of your game. Deep breath in. Again, long and tall ears stacked over the shoulders, over those hips, supported with that gentle pull in. 5 seconds. We're going to go to a single leg balance with a walking leg. 1 foot flat on the floor. We're going to balance on that side and the other leg is going to swing as if it's walking. We tap the toes behind, heel in front. Now I'm squeezing my bum on that balanced leg side. All right, as I tap the toe and then the heel in front. This is really about warming up the glute all the way down, supporting all the way down into that foot. I want you to feel support through that foot. Don't let it collapse. That allows the knee to roll in. We want to get those hips warm and the muscles in our feet ready for proper support. And as we swing that opposite leg, we're not letting that hip slide out to the side and swing by reaching that leg. We're keeping it nice and square, again, supported with good posture. We're flexing the foot, curling the toes lightly under. 2 seconds. Go ahead and switch sides. And in this process, you might notice that one side is easier than the other. You're going to feel like you kind of have to lean or that hip wants to shift. So really focus in and notice if you have a weaker hip side and really try to get those muscles nice and even. I'm always welcome to do a functional movement assessment for you, give you a specific warm-up to correct those uneven muscles so that we can reduce pain and prevent injury even more. So notice those glute muscles warming up. Notice the arch of the foot lifting and feeling supported. You might feel that the toes kind of have to curl to support the foot. We don't want it rolling in, which means that we feel support through the base of our big toe, the base of our pinky toe, along the outside of the foot, and then into that heel. We're going to a squat with a calf stretch. So our feet are hip width apart. We want to get those legs a little bit warmer, toes pointed straight ahead. Sit down like we're sitting in a chair, and then you're going to pick one leg, step it forward, push that heel into the ground. Switch sides, so squat, stand up, push the heel into the ground. So the back leg stays nice and straight. We feel a stretch through the back of that calf, down into the heel, potentially into the foot. In golf, we walk a lot, all right? Hopefully you're getting some good healthy movement in, right? Or day to day, our calves get really tight. This can cause our feet to collapse and cause those knees to roll in, which can feel like pain in the feet, knees, or hips, and even the low back, hindering your golf game, none of which we want, right? 6 seconds, we're gonna start to open up those hips and back. So feet are wider than shoulder width. Toes are pointed straight ahead. We're going to step one foot slightly forward so the heel is in line with the opposite toes. I'm going to sit into that leg, squeeze my bum, tuck my hips towards my ribs, feel a stretch through the inside of my thigh. Now I'm going to then pivot my feet onto those toes, and I'm going to reach towards the far corner, keeping my shoulder down and back. Pivot back, lean, squeeze, pivot, reach, squeeze the bum, and feel that stretch through the front of the hip. Push the shoulder down and back. Feel the stretch through the outside of the armpit. So we're stretching what are called the adductor muscles here. Those muscles that pull our knees in, which as we go into that golf swing, right, that lead leg is going to want to shift. This helps open up those muscles. Big squeeze on the glutes. I'm going to switch which leg is forward. So opposite leg slightly forward, shift into that leg, squeeze the bum. Pivot the feet, squeeze the glutes again as you reach across the body towards that far corner. So big squeeze, feeling that inside thigh open up, reaching across, feeling the outside of that armpit open up as well. So it's important, what we're starting to do is get those shoulders nice and warm, practicing getting those shoulder blades swinging, which is important as we swing in that golf swing, opening up those hips so that we can shift and pivot better in that golf swing. All right, we want to open up both sides here. Big squeeze on the glutes. The next exercise, we have a dynamic hamstring stretch with a carry-away arm. Again, getting the shoulder blades nice and open so that they're starting to swing. One foot flat on the floor, the other toes are tapping. The slight bend in that knee, we're going to take the opposite hand and reach opposite hand towards knee, shin, or foot. We stand up by squeezing those glutes, and then we open the palm towards the ceiling. We're going to switch legs. So alternating sides here. We want to stick those hips back. We're not rounding the back here. So I'm not reaching down and rounding and going as deep as I can. I'm sticking my hips back so I get a nice stretch through the outside back of my thigh. And then similar to our golf swing, we want to open that palm up towards the ceiling. And what you're going to feel is a big stretch through the outside of that armpit. You see the shoulder blade stretch there, right? Just like it would in that backward golf swing. We're doing both sides. We're going to get both of those shoulder blades swinging properly. Chest up tall, belly button in. Start getting those glutes engaging so that as we stand up, we're supporting the pelvis, supporting the ankles, knees, and hips with good glute engagement, as well as forming the base of that spine. We're going to go into some rotational exercises to open up the upper back, chest, and hips here. So feet are hip width apart, or however you would be in your golf stance. All right, we're going to take one arm, it goes to the opposite shoulder, and then we're going to take the opposite hand, and it's going to go to the forearm or the back of the arm. What we're going to do is we're going to exhale as we push, and we're going to shift our upper body, rotating through our upper back, looking in the opposite direction, and then we're going to inhale as we pull and roll into the opposite direction. We're going to be doing both sides here, so bear with me. Exhale. Try to keep that chest tall. It's going to want to collapse down, so keep that chest tall and focusing on trying to get that body to open up and rotate through that upper back and spine. Exhale, push. Trying to keep those hips square so that they are stable. We're just going to switch sides. So switch opposite arm, opposite shoulder, opposite hand is now pushing and pulling. So now we're going to exhale and push in the opposite direction. And then we're going to inhale and pull. All right, keeping those feet stiff on the floor. We're not necessarily pivoting those feet here. We just want to practice rotating through the upper back and spine. Try to build some mobility through what's called the thoracic spine here as we keep those hips nice and stable. Exhale, or inhale as we pull across, pushing through the back of that arm. Exhale, pivoting, rotating that upper back. One more with that inhale and exhale. And we're going to be at our very last one, which is going to open up our lower back with a lunge to a rotation. So we're going to step 1 foot forward. The opposite hand is going to come down to the floor, and we're going to open up towards the ceiling, or towards the sky, if you will. And then we're going to step back. Opposite foot, stepping forward, hand on the same side into the floor, rotating, opening up towards the ceiling. So for me, I feel a really nice stretch through the inside of my thigh, up into my upper back. It's really hard. Exhale and open. If this lunge position feels hard for you, you can go into almost like a light squat and open this way towards the ceiling. So again, kind of pushing into your knee that's on the same side and opening up. Again, I think we want to rotate so the palm is facing up here, because that's much more similar to your golf swing here. You might feel a stretch through the front of the chest, into that core, into the low back, the upper back, the hips, the thighs. Lots of things opening up here, and making sure that as we stretch, exhale, relax into it. Try to open things up as you step forward and backward, whether you're lunging or squatting. You want to get the most out of that rotation. Keep in mind a couple of cue points as you go into that golf stance. Rather than rounding forward as you step up to the ball, try to maintain a nice neutral back position, hips back, nice neutral spine, open that proud chest, gentle pull in on that belly button. All right, try to be in that positive position. Think about those little things like that gentle pull in on the belly button to support your spine, pivoting and rotating. And the more we stretch either beforehand, release and stretch at the end, hopefully not only will you feel better, so you're enjoying that golf game, but you're gonna open up those hips, build more power, and just have a better golf game in general. If you have any questions, need help, support, or have any feedback, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you go in to your game with confidence, feeling better and stronger than ever. Let me know how they go, how they feel, and how these work for you.